Have you ever said something in anger that you instantly regretted? Have you ever felt completely overwhelmed, unable to think clearly, like your emotions had hijacked your mind? Maybe it happened during a fight with someone you love, a high-pressure decision at work, or when life threw something unexpected and unfair at you. In that moment, you lose control, and deep down, you knew it. We all know what it feels like to break under pressure, to let fear, stress, and frustration dominate our thinking, to say or do things that make things worse, not better. And afterward, we feel shame. We wish we had stayed calm, strong, clear-minded. But in the fair moment, it felt impossible. What if you could change that? What if you could train your mind to stay calm, even when the world around you is on fire? To remain centered, focused, and unshaken, no matter how intense the situation. That is exactly what Marcus Aurelius did. As Emperor of Rome, he faced betrayal, war, disease, and death. But through it all, he remained composed, thoughtful, and strong. How? Through the daily practice of Stoic philosophy. In this video, we will explore 10 Stoic strategies that Marcus Aurelius used to stay calm under pressure. They are powerful, they are practical, and they will help you master one of the rarest and most valuable traits in the modern world: unshakable composure. Let us begin. Strategy 1. Slow down your mind. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that nowhere can a man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his soul. He meant that when the world speeds up around you, you must slow down within. That is where clarity begins. Most of us are conditioned to react instantly. When someone offends us, we respond without thought. When life throws stress our way, we allow anxiety to spiral. But Marcus trained his mind to pause, to reflect, to create distance between stimulus and response. To slow your mind means to take back control. It allows you to act from reason rather than emotion. It gives you the space to breathe, to evaluate, and to respond with wisdom instead of instinct. Next time, use wisdom instead of instinct. Feel overwhelmed? Do nothing for 5 seconds. Just breathe. Place your focus on that breath. The world will not fall apart at that moment, but your mind might fall back into place. Calmness begins not with silence around you, but stillness within you. Strategy 2. Detach from outcomes. One of the great sources of anxiety is our obsession with results. We worry about winning, losing, succeeding, or failing. But Marcus Aurelius taught us to focus on effort, not outcome. Believe that peace comes when we do our best and release the rest. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. There are things we can influence and things we cannot. Outcomes belong to the latter. What truly matters is the intention behind our actions, not the outcome they produce. When you tie your identity to results, you ride an emotional roller coaster of highs and lows. But when you commit to excellence in effort, your peace becomes unshakable. The next time you face a challenge, remind yourself that your job is to try, to give fully, and to act with purpose. What happens after that is not yours to hold. Liberate yourself from the need to win. You are already free the moment you do your duty with integrity. Strategy 3. Observe. Do not absorb. A Stoic moves through the world like a traveler watching a play. He sees what happens, he learns, but he does not become the drama. Marcus Aurelius lived in a palace of politics, betrayal, and chaos, yet he remained internally grounded. Observing means you acknowledge what is happening without becoming emotionally entangled. You see fear without becoming afraid. You see anger without becoming angry. You watch the storm, but you are not the storm. Absorbing means taking in every negative situation and letting it pollute your inner peace. Stoicism teaches us to let the outer world pass through our awareness without clinging to it. In your daily life, become the observer. When someone criticizes you, watch the reaction rise, but do not grab it. When pressure builds, step outside of it mentally and ask, what is happening here? When you observe, you gain power. When you absorb, you lose it. Strategy 4. Practice voluntary stillness. In a world that worships movement, stillness is a radical act. Marcus Aurelius deliberately carved out time each day to be still, to journal, to reflect, to listen to the quiet inside him. Stillness is not idleness. It is a deliberate non-reaction. It is the choice to pause before the storm, to sit with uncertainty, to wait without fear. When you are constantly moving, constantly reacting, your mind becomes scattered and weak. But when you choose stillness, your mind becomes like a blade sharpened by silence. You can practice stillness anywhere. Wake up and sit for 10 minutes without speaking, scrolling, or planning. Just sit. Let your mind settle like dust in water. Eventually, it clears. Stillness gives you strength not by changing the world around you, but by anchoring you so deeply within yourself that the chaos outside cannot move you. Strategy 5. Remind yourself that this is nothing new. Marcus Aurelius often wrote that all of this has happened before. Wars, disease, fear, betrayal, loss. These are not personal attacks. They are part of the human experience. This gives us calm. When we believe our suffering is unique, we feel isolated. But when we realize that countless humans before us have endured the same and worse, we gain perspective. We remember that this too shall pass. Whatever you are facing right now, someone before you has faced it, survived it, and grown stronger because of it. You are not the first to walk this path, and you will not be the last. The next time fear or stress visits you, repeat this phrase silently. This phrase silently is nothing new. I have what it takes to get through it, and like those before me, I will rise. Perspective is not detachment. It is clarity, and clarity is power. Strategy 6. Shrink the problem. To the Stoic, fear grows in proportion to the size of the problem. When we let an obstacle fill our entire vision, it becomes overwhelming. But Marcus Aurelius taught us to break things down into small, manageable parts. When faced with a major crisis, he would ask himself, what exactly needs to be done right now? Not everything, just one thing. Then he would do it. Overwhelm is not caused by the task itself, but by how we think about the task. A mountain becomes climbable one step at a time. A war is won battle by battle. So take your biggest worry, write it down, then break it into 3 tiny actions. Do the first one. That is progress. That is power. And power returns your sense of calm. Shrinking the problem does not make it less important. It makes it less terrifying. Strategy 7. Accept rather than resist. The Stoics understood that suffering often comes not from events themselves, but from our resistance to them. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the obstacle to action becomes the way. In other words, what you resist will persist, but what you accept can transform you. Resistance says this should not be happening. Acceptance says it is happening. What now? Resistance keeps you stuck. Acceptance moves you forward. This does not mean passive surrender. It means intelligent engagement. When you stop fighting the moment, you free your energy to deal with it. Practice this by noticing your next frustration. Instead of pushing it away, sit with it. Say yes to it. Then ask, how can I use this? You cannot control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Calm comes when you stop shouting at the storm and start sailing through it. Strategy 8. Guard your inner circle. Marcus Aurelius focused on his inner domain. He knew he could not control the empire, the Senate, or even his soldiers, but he could control his breath, his thoughts, his values. Your inner circle is the small set of things you have direct power over. Your actions, your mindset, your focus. Guard these things fiercely. Do not let the chaos of the world leak into your mind. You do not owe every situation a reaction. You do not have to attend every battle you are invited to. Spend more time protecting your peace than proving your point. Build a mental fortress through journaling, exercise, silence, and purpose. When you focus on your inner world, your outer world begins to shift, not because it has changed, but because you are no longer ruled by it. Strategy 9. Become the calm. In the chaos, when others panic, the Stoic breathes. When others yell, the Stoic speaks softly. When others crumble, the Stoic stands still. Calm is not something you wait for. It is something you become. Marcus Aurelius was surrounded by crises every day, yet he became a source of peace for others. His strength was not loud. It was steady. You can be that person. You can become the anchor in the storm, the quiet center in the noise. Next time someone lashes out, lower your voice. The next time stress hits, slow your steps. Let your composure be contagious. The world does not need more noise. Needs more stillness, and you can be the one who brings it. Strategy 10. End the day with reflection. At the end of each day, Marcus Aurelius would reflect on what he did well, what he could improve, and how he would approach tomorrow with greater clarity. Reflection is not about judgment, it is about alignment. It allows you to end your day with peace and begin the next with purpose. Ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do well today? What challenged me? What do I do better tomorrow? Write it down. Let the answers become your compass. Reflection turns experience into wisdom. It keeps your mind clear, your emotions in check, and your purpose sharp. Do not let the day end without learning from it. That is how you stay calm in an unpredictable world. You prepare, you reflect, you grow. Calm is not something you are born with. It is something you train every day. Marcus Aurelius was not naturally fearless. He was disciplined, focused, grounded in focused principles that gave him strength in the chaos. You can cultivate that same strength. You can build a mindset that does not break under pressure, that does not crumble in noise, that does not flinch in adversity. Which strategy spoke to you the most? City, Hero, King. Let us know in the comments. If you found value in this, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more timeless wisdom from the Stoics. And always remember this, the calmest person in the room is the strongest. Choose to be that person every single day.